25th of January 2021. Good morning from Europe. Good afternoon, good evening, guys, wherever you are. Piotr here is Light Forex Global YouTube channel, and as you probably see, this is going to be the crypto market update. Let's start with the Bitcoin weekly chart. I'm sorry, as we haven't finished the week very well. Well, one of the reasons could be the the information which hit in the middle of the previous week the market with possible double spending on the Bitcoin. To be honest with you, I didn't investigate fully yet, so in case I have more information, I'm going to share with you. The second thing which is going to be very important, I do expect because of the new US president and the new people around the president, there might be some kind of the discussion in relation to the cryptocurrencies about the regulation that could create some kind of the food on the market as well. We will see. Anyway, the positive when it comes to the buyers is that we are holding the levels we discussed at 28,500 and 30,000. All right, it's gonna be better visible from the daily chart perspective. So let's switch to the daily chart perspective, and here is the key in my opinion. All right, 28,500, 30,000, and well, I'm afraid about this type of the configuration, so I'm going to look very carefully the levels close to 36, 37 as a possible supply, right, and 30, 28.50 as a possible demand. Either way, it could be some kind of the very bullish setup, right, this type of the move, or we might move lower like this, and well, I'm not sure if we are going to have a stop at 25. Okay, that's very critical. So overall, when it comes to the Bitcoin, upside 36, 37, downside 30, 28.50, but right now we currently have a problem around 33 and a half. All right, the lower shadow over here, but so I would be very also careful. Well, so we will see. Let's have a look what we have from the intraday perspective. And from the intraday perspective on the 4-hour chart, right here, right now, I do expect a little bit higher levels, even we facing this lower shadow I showed you a second ago. So I do expect some higher levels to fulfill this one-to-one, and that's going to be levels close to 36. 37 also visible on the intraday chart perspective. The buyers at this very moment 30,000, and plenty of possible stops under the lower shadows in the middle of the zone right now. So I would wait rather for something like this, or trying to fade eventually this type of the rally. So that's how the Bitcoin looks like. A little bit better lately Ether is doing. All right, a little bit better lately Ether is doing. Anyway, from the weekly chart perspective, some more stops being hit to the upside, so more shorts being hurt a lot. Now, from the weekly chart perspective, it's going to be very important how we are going to get the close of the weekly chart. All right, that's gonna be the key, because if we are going to close below 1,380, well, the creation of the swing high could be very well in place. So we might expect some short sellers activity. On the other hand, last 2 weeks we were testing levels close to 1,000, and we created two beautiful lower shadows. So this stop on the attack today to the upside wasn't surprise to me. From the daily chart, that's gonna be very interesting, and it might, from the daily chart, it might be very interesting today towards the end of the day. Either let's make it a little bit different. Sorry, guys. Either we are going to have it as a channel, all right, or we are going to fight, as I mentioned, 1380 is going to be the key. Also, this previous highs over here, so it's getting very narrow, and we should find how it's going to unfold from here. I'm very curious what we are going to get. So when it comes to this particular chart, well, depends on where we are at the daily chart towards the end of the day. There might be quite interesting setup with the possible rejection and moving a little bit lower. That's from the daily. So let's have a look intraday, and let's have a look 4-hour charts. It's even better visible the channel, right? And well, this particular price action we've seen 8 hours ago, that could be some short setup, but as long as we are above 1380, 1370, I would be very cautious. I would rather wait for this type of the price action to try to short it, to break the latest, to break down through the breakout candle, close below, retest that level, and eventually move to the downside of that channel. So that's how I see the things related to the Ether, and also the Ether Bitcoin chart. Finally, the bulls are trying to take over and move higher out of the consolidation, on the top of that consolidation, right? So that's quite good, significant, because if we are going to double it, right, then retest of that significant level, could be in place. So taking into the consideration what is going on here, right, it looks like within the next few days Ether might be a little bit stronger than the Bitcoin, so be careful with shorting aggressively Ether, right? Anyway, I would wait for a little bit higher levels, some kind of the mid of that consolidation retest, and then going higher toward 0.06 when it comes to the Ether versus BTC. Ripple, after the case bulls cannot really take over, fall again below 33, below the gap. That doesn't look good. This gap is holding right now the supply. Really bad looking chart. You know, some time ago EOS also had the case with the US, paid the penalties, and is working further. So maybe this is some kind of the food creation to push the prices even lower, right? And then eventually when the things are going to be solved, another strong rally when it comes to the Ripple we will see. That's the weekly. From the daily chart perspective, I would be very careful because of the overall positive sentiment. We might see this type of the one-to-one, and eventually levels close to 45-47 cents after the one-to-one move could work as a supply. I would be very careful trying to buy Ripple for now. All right, folks. Thank you very much. It was my pleasure to prepare this crypto update for you. Don't be trapped. Take care and see you around. Goodbye.